Hello beautiful people, Stephanie here, and today we're taking a look at a brand new invention, the Glissopipe. The Glissopipe is the newest addition to the Glissonic family of instruments by Hungarian instrument inventor Daniel Váci. The Glissopipe is actually based on a recorder, but it does have some key differences. Instead of holes along the front, we actually have one long strip, and you open and close this strip using the magnetic ribbon at the front in order to play the notes you want to play. It has a 2-octave range and can actually get a lot more notes than you'd expect. And that's due to the fact that you can get all these microtones in between the main notes that you can play on this instrument. The mouthpiece is actually removable, and they are working on some wooden mouthpieces to go on these to change the tone of the instrument. You'll notice at the front we have a little loop, and that is to clip the ribbon on at the front. This provides tension in the ribbon and allows you to press down to close holes or lift off to open holes. Now you might have noticed that the ribbon along the front doesn't actually have any indication of where the notes are on this instrument, but this is based around the C major scale. But of course you can hit a whole chromatic range of notes. So to start with, let's take a listen to one of the cool things you can do. You can play around with its signature sound, the glissando effect, and that is running or sliding smoothly between a selection of notes. This can be achieved by running your finger up and down the instrument, but of course you can just use your one finger and hit a bunch of individual notes in that way too. And one last very cool thing you can do is you can actually take the elastic off and play around with the ribbon itself. This actually gives you so much freedom of expression, because the idea behind this instrument is it takes away the restrictions that other instruments such as a recorder or indeed a tin whistle actually put in place. So it expands your region of notes and the ways in which you can be creative when you're playing music. You can make a selection of sounds that you wouldn't be able to get on a tin whistle or a recorder, and that's actually pretty cool. They also make smaller and larger versions of this, so you can play higher notes or much lower notes too. If you're anything like me and you've learned everything you know based upon that discipline that something like a tin whistle provides, you might feel a little overwhelmed by having this much freedom. The team behind this incredible instrument have also created these magnetic strips that sit on the front of the magnetic ribbon. This one is actually the C major scale, and each note has a different color and has a raised circle, so you can feel and see where your fingers need to be to give you some guidance on how to play the notes in the C major scale. The second one, as you can see, is a little different. There are only 5 notes, and this is the F-sharp pentatonic scale. Fantastic for doing some improvisations. So let's take a little look. To insert these strips, slide them gently into the top section, follow them down the main ribbon, and tuck in to the white clip at the bottom. Then they should lie flat and you have your note positions in place. Then we can use our fingers to cover the holes and play the notes like this. Let's try out the F-sharp pentatonic scale. These are just two of the many different scales you can play on this instrument. And even though we're starting at C, you can still play this like a regular D-tin whistle because you have access to all of those notes. You can also play it like a C whistle or an E-flat whistle. Because those notes are there, you have the flexibility of multiple different keys and multiple different scales all on the one instrument. You just need to work out where to put your fingers. Another incredible thing about this instrument is that you can still perform ornamentation. It might be a little bit different from traditional Irish ornamentation, but there's still a lot you can do. You can still use things like vibrato with your fingers by tapping on the ribbon. You can still use slides because there's that sensitivity of the ribbon covering that central slit. You can still lift and replace your fingers as taps or trills, but what you can't do is lift a finger above the note you're playing to displace any air because, of course, the magnetic strip is still sealed by the finger below. Now, there are some things I absolutely love about this instrument that you might not consider on a day-to-day basis, and that's its accessibility. Not only is it really easy to play for beginners and children, and works as a fantastic tool for things like training your ear, encouraging things like improvisations, and helping with dynamics in music and exploring the way you can play music. But it's also really useful for anyone with disabilities. If, for example, you only have the use of one hand, you can still play the notes on this instrument. And that works on the right hand or the left hand. There really are no restrictions. You could also play with a limited number of fingers or movement within your fingers just by sliding up and down. That makes this instrument incredibly accessible for large numbers of people. So as you can see, a lot of practical uses for learning, a lot of interesting uses for music exploration, and of course some really cool sound effects if you should need them as well. Now, if you're interested to get your hands on one of these or find out more about this incredible new instrument, it's going to be on sale on Kickstarter really soon. I put all the information you need to take a look at that in the description down below. This isn't an affiliate link. It's just a place to support an instrument maker and go and check out these really cool instruments. You'll also be able to find out more about the other instruments in the Glissonic family, what's already available and what's upcoming as well. And of course, some of the history of the maker. You'll also be able to see various other reviews and demonstrations of this on their website as well. So please do go take a look. Again, I've linked it all in the description down below. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. If you did and you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do let me know down below. And of course, if you haven't, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and hit the bell. And then you'll get notifications every time new tutorials come out, new reviews come out, and you'll never miss cool things like this. That's it from me. Happy playing, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.